Hey there, my name is Justin Collard with Thrive Success Services, and the very first step to supercharge your study time with AI is to pick an AI to use.
My suggestion is ChatGPT, and here's why. First and foremost, I used all of these prompts in ChatGPT, so you know that you're automatically going to get a similar response to what I received whenever I was writing this study guide for you. Another reason I recommend ChatGPT is because GPT 3.5 is absolutely free, and I did use GPT-5 to write out those responses. The first prompt that I want to show you today is how to generate some short answer questions. I know we all don't like short answer questions because we have to write more, but if you practice, you'll kind of know what to do when the short answer question comes up. So I'm going to use a prompt, and that's just what I'm typing in. It's called a prompt, in order to help me study for The Great Gatsby Chapter 3. So my prompt is going to say, create a short answer question related to the content of The Great Gatsby Chapter 3. You don't have to be super picky with your grammar here. You don't have to underline the book or anything. ChatGPT knows what's going on. And then you hit enter. And there you have it. You have a question. What event takes place at Gatsby's mansion in Chapter 3? And how does it reflect the extravagance and opulence of the Roaring Twenties? It's a great question to know. It's a main part of that entire chapter, right? So now you have a question that you'll likely answer on your test that's written in a way that you can practice at home without having to bug your teacher, and it literally generated that question in like 5 seconds. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can also tell it to give you more, and you don't have to retype the entire prompt. You can say, give me 3 more from chapter 3. Hit enter. Boom. In seconds, you have 3 more short answer questions. So if you wanted to really push yourself and study more with short answer, you could do these. And I highly recommend studying with short answer questions, especially when it comes to reading something. So in your English and history classes, because it makes you go back and fact check yourself, right? So like describe the character of Jay Gatsby as portrayed in chapter 3. You've got to know how he was portrayed in chapter 3 in order to write about him. How does his behavior at his own parties differ from his personal demeanor? There again, you have to look at the difference in how he acts versus how he acts at his parties, right? So that's just another way you can do it.
Hey, before we move on to the next step, I just wanted to let you know I have a free guide that gives you all of these prompts word for word for all the core subjects: English, math, science, and social studies. So if you don't want to take notes and you just want a quick guide that you can use immediately, as in right now, go ahead and click the link in my comments or in my bio and download that guide so that you have access to all of these prompts and more. I'm giving you a total of 20 prompts for free, so please check that out.
The next type of question that you see on your tests quite often are multiple choice. And so I'm going to use a math example for this one, okay? So a prompt you could use is write a multiple choice question over balancing equations in Algebra 1. Hit enter. There you go. So, question, which of the following represents a balanced equation in Algebra 1? Now, here's something cool you can do as well. If you don't know the answer or you want to make sure your answer's right, give me the correct answer. Okay, so you can get your correct answer. You can even say, show me the steps to get that answer. Now remember, this is a learning tool, not a cheating tool. At Thrive Success Services, we definitely don't want you to be using this to cheat on your homework, but when it's used in the right way, it really can help you learn so that you don't have to reach out to somebody and wait for their answer. You can get instant answers here. And I also want to throw in a little caveat right here. ChatGPT is not always correct on everything, so go ahead and use it for stuff like this, but always fact check what you're typing and the answers that it gives you. For example, in The Great Gatsby, you should be going back to reread things to make sure that your answer is correct, right? And so that's a good way to fact check. With math, you can, check it in another app or something that will confirm if that answer is right or wrong. Let's look at true-false questions. Now this prompt, I'm going to ask it to write more true-false questions than I would maybe for a short answer, just because true-false are typically quicker for you to work through an answer. So we're going to do a science one this time, and I'm not actually going to click new chat. I'm going to leave it on here, and I'm just going to type in my new prompt. Write 2 true/false questions based on high school genetics. And actually, I'm going to make it right 8 this time. There you go. In seconds, you have those things there. Now, if you notice, it showed me the answers here. So I'm going to actually kind of fix that so that I don't automatically know what the answers are. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to play around with it. You could simply just copy your prompt, paste it here, and write 8 more true-false questions about high school genetics, but don't give me the answers yet. It'll generate 8 different questions. Notice at the bottom now it says feel free to answer, and when you're ready, ask for explanations. So now I'm going to say, give me the answers with explanations. I think I misspelled that, but it'll fix it for me. Now again, with any of this data, you need to make sure that the explanations are actually true. Sometimes it can trip up. You really need to go back to your textbook and verify if the information is accurate or not. But that is part of studying. The fourth type of question that I would recommend using ChatGPT for is fill in the blank style questions. Okay, so we're going to do a history example for this one. I'm going to say write 5 fill in the blank questions related to high school economics and the topic of supply and demand. So you see what I did there? I told it what course, and it could be college economics, high school economics, whatever course you're taking. But then I also gave it a topic this time, right? So I said I specifically went over supply and demand. Don't give me the answers, comma, provide a word bank. Hit enter. There's your 5 questions, and under each question, it gives you a word bank. It gave us 4 different options this time for you to kind of fill in the blanks on there. So that's how you can do a fill in the blank style question. The last one I want to show you is for vocabulary. Now, with this one, you have a couple of options. You can either give it the vocabulary words, which does take a little extra time, but it's going to create a better worksheet for you. Or if you use the prompt that I'm about to give you, it will probably provide you with close enough to what the vocabulary you need to study in order to be successful. But there's a couple of other good uses for this prompt as well. If you use the prompt I'm about to give you, number one, it could stretch you further and make you learn new things that are going to help you do better. And also, if your teacher didn't necessarily give you vocabulary, but you know that you need to study vocabulary to be more successful, well, then this will automatically generate some vocabulary for you to study as well. So one of the prompts I like to use for this, if I don't know the vocabulary or if I don't feel like typing all the vocabulary words in, is this one. Create a vocabulary matching worksheet based on college intro to psychology. Now again, it gives me many different outputs. This time it chose to actually put them into columns, so you got 10 here. Notice it also gave you the answers, so if you don't want that, you can retype it in and say do it again, but don't give me the answers, and then ask for the answers when you want. But if you look, I mean, it gives you 10 vocabulary words, it gives you the definitions all mixed up, and all you have to do is match them, right? And so that's a good way for you to build those sheets out so that you can kind of figure out what exactly you need to do in order to study some vocabulary.
So there you have it. There are 5 different ways that you can quickly generate study guides that are excellent quality in under 10 minutes. If you found this valuable, do a couple of things for me. First and foremost, don't miss the free guide that I've given you. It has 15 more prompts other than the ones that we covered in this video for every subject that you're studying. That's a link in the comment section below. Click that download link. It's absolutely free. My gift to you. I want you to be successful. And the second thing is like, follow, subscribe, and share this with somebody else who might benefit from knowing these AI prompts because they want to be the best they can be in academics. Again, at Thrive Success Services, it's our job to help you define your own version of success. So using tools like this is an easy way to jumpstart your journey to success. Again, my name's Justin Collar with Thrive Success Services. And remember, don't just exist, thrive.